Hello, welcome everyone. Today I have a special guest, and Sherry is with me, and uh, we will be having an in-depth conversation about her experience with body mind well-being coaching. So she is my client, and I am super excited about this conversation because she herself is an online coach. So I'm also really interested and curious to hear about her experience from both sides of the, let's say, screen. Welcome, Sherry. Such a pleasure to have you here. And just let's start right away. Tell us about your story and what was happening in your life, and how did you feel so that it made you start looking for coaching and this type of support.
Hi, and thank you for having me here today. And hello to all of the audiences. So, I was having major migraines. I have for about a year now, and I've had chronic pain for 26 years. Now, 26 years ago, it wasn't chronic level, but as the years went on, it did become chronic. And I carry a lot of stress in my body. I can't get my muscles to relax. And with the headaches, the chronic pain, it was just getting too much. So I looked for help.
Okay, yes, amazing. And that's exactly, well, not that you were suffering from the pain, but it's great that you actually were able to think of start to looking for some help. And when we started to work and when you
Mhm.
find out about this work, what were you hoping to change?
At first, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't exactly sure, except for the fact that I just wanted some relief.
Okay, so relief. And what were the first impressions after the first session and sessions first?
I wasn't sure what to expect, but you really helped me understand what was going on and what to do, and you helped guide me. So I was very, very thankful for that. And um, I had done some type of meditation before to help me relax to go to sleep at night because I've suffered with insomnia before. But it had stopped working. Nothing was working anymore.
Hmm. Okay, so that's maybe related to the next question then. So, was there anything about this type of coaching that surprised you? And then what happened? Did it start work again, or what changed?
What surprised me the most was how simple it is,
Okay.
and yet it was very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that's great. Let's emphasize this a little bit. So you said that it surprised you how simple it was and yet how effective.
Yes.
Um, right? And also because you already did. So for everyone who comes, because that happens a lot. So women come to me and they would say, I did everything. Or like
Mm-hmm.
as in your case, like in your case that you actually already knew the tools, but they stopped working for some reason, right? And you couldn't really get anything, like you were not able to get yourself again to make them work. That's correct, right?
Right. And I just couldn't seem to relax. Nothing I did. And I know that it was the fact that I was dealing with the migraines, which were severe, and the chronic pain that I live with on a regular basis anyway. And the fact that I had a very stressful year this past year, a lot of emotional stress, and with my husband being diagnosed with incurable cancers, I also lost my dad last year and dealt with that whole situation. And it was just a whole lot in one year.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, what would you say was the thing? So you say that you think the simplicity is actually that helped you to make it to be able to experience the results, the relief again?
Yes,
Okay, okay, that's very yeah. So it's a confirmation also that from like real life experience that it is really simple, and that also what makes it possible to really apply in day-to-day life. Would you say that?
I agree. Yes, I've used it many times.
Okay, so let's I just look at the list here. Okay, so speaking of the simplicity, so what practices and or tools stayed with you the most?
The breath work, the breathing, and the focus.
What kind of breath work? Can you say a little bit more about that?
Basically, breathing into the areas that had the most chronic pain. I had never, even in any of my meditations in the past, like I said, they were basically just to calm my mind. Um, I had never experienced or even heard of breathing into a space of my body, a part of my body. And that surprised me, but yet stayed with me because it surprised me so much because it worked.
Yes, that's nicely said. So basically, it also shows, right, that it's very important. There is like literally micro alignments or micro changes that would determine if the same thing you do, because it's just breath ultimately, right? Um, but yet for you, it turned out that the specific way of how you do it will be determining the result, if it will bring the relief or not. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add on that?
Um, it helped me focus because I don't know if that is part of it or if that was something that, came from, my past meditations, but basically it helped me focus on the areas and relaxing the muscles
Mm.
because that's big with me because the muscles staying tense would actually cause the pain to be worse and cause the inflammation to be worse. And it was a vicious circle. And you help break that circle.
Oh, that's great. Is it staying with you? Because we already we finished our process. Will be 2 or 3 weeks right now. So, is it how is it going in these last weeks for you?
Actually, it's been going pretty good. I mean, I have some probably level 3 pain, but prior to working with you, my levels were always 6, 7, and 8. If I had to sit at this desk for any length of time, I really couldn't do it. I would be squirming in my seat. I'd be getting up every 5 minutes and just in agony. I have actually sat here for a couple of hours with only getting up to stretch, um, which I have a timer on my computer to do. And the breathing helped my stretches get better, which I was very surprised at.
Mm-hmm. That's so many like golden experiences that you're sharing with us. I just want to emphasize because it's also it's you. It's it's your personal dedication and focus that you brought to this work that made you successful. So really want to I really want to emphasize that because what you just said, it's like now you could and during the sessions, maybe you can also yourself recall you were able to decrease the pain from exactly the level of in the scale of 10 from 7 or 6
Mm-hmm.
within few. not even minutes sometimes, just like within few breaths, few really focused breaths, you were able to decrease the pain to the level of 3 or 2.
Yes.
So this is what it just became your new ability, basically, that stayed with you. You're able to do it when you need it.
I would say at least 90% of the time.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, there are some times whenever it's just, and I don't know if it's, what's going on or, there's a whole lot of contributing factors that it could be, making it where I can't do it once in a while. But most of the time, yes. And actually, I have found lately, just this past week, I noticed because normally I sit in here until I'm able to fall asleep and be so that way I'm not disturbing my husband. And used to, I would be in here hours after he'd go to bed. Now he's sometimes still awake when I go to bed.
Wow, okay. That's relieving, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So only if Sherry, achieved these results only within 8 weeks of coaching. So, and it's a skill. So you were getting so many instant results. So within the time, you can only imagine that it will be getting better.
Well, I think that's the reason I'm able now to go to bed earlier than I used to because it's working faster. I've been doing it every day. I practice at least 2 or 3 times a day. Sometimes if my pain levels, like if I've done something or slept the wrong way or whatever, then I may do it more. But I think with me doing it every single day, since you taught me how to do it, even after we stopped working together, I have continued to do it. And that has helped my body to relax faster at night.
Mm-hmm. That's really amazing, and I'm so proud of you. I could say it literally after every every sentence you say, because again, it's you, and this is what you created this enhanced capacity of being able to contact to get in touch with your body and to actually be able to experience this relief that you were looking for. Yeah. Okay. So the next question. Okay. Can you remember the first moment when you realized, okay, this is actually helping me? Was there any moment like, uh, oh wow, okay, it's actually working?
Yes, actually, I remember the very first time, besides the one that we did during a session. Yes, I understood that one. And I'm like, well, that was just, my little brain back here was going, well, maybe, that was just coincidence. But the night that I was doing my meditation at night and doing my breathing, I fell asleep on the floor, which I have never done. My pain level went down so low that I relaxed so much that I just fell asleep. Now, it wasn't long that I woke up because, I'm on the floor, but, and then I just got up and went to bed and went right back to sleep. So yes, that one kind of surprised me.
Oh, you didn't even share that skepticism in the beginning.
I was saving it for you.
Oh, to maybe prove like, oh, look, it's actually not working. But then actually life proved you otherwise. And I remember this story very well when you came and you were like, I fell asleep on the floor. So this
Yeah,
kind
because
of
I haven't fell asleep on the floor since I was a little girl.
oh yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, in Body Mind Wellbeing Coaching, these are the wins that we're sharing when when a client falls asleep on the floor. No, but for real, it's actually shows exactly how your body was able to really relax and let go, and
Yes.
especially for a person that suffers from so much chronic pain. it sometimes feels impossible from what you were sharing with me, that it just felt impossible, like because it just occupies your mind so much, and of course your body and then your mind, right? There was like, can you tell us how it is, like you just cannot think of anything else?
Basically, you can't focus on anything else. You might try, but it is constantly there. And you can't give anything more than, I wasn't even giving my business 50%. And sitting in there with my husband, trying to enjoy an evening with him, I was totally miserable, or I was sitting there on pain pills,
Mm.
which meant I was in la la land.
Yes. So, um,
And my pain pills were opioids, and I don't like taking them.
yeah, that's why here you are learning to work within your own body. So no side effects. And this is one of the reasons why you also came, right? Because you realized, okay, I cannot rely just on medication purely because it has limited capacity, because the medication at some point will lose their effectiveness.
Yeah, and then you have to take more.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's,
And that's how people get addicted to it. And I didn't want to get addicted to it.
yeah. Would you say that since you learned these tools and you started to experience their effectiveness, would you say that you were also able to give more to your business?
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I've gotten so much done in the last couple of weeks that I haven't been able to do in months.
Okay, so that's another huge win, because I know how you've been struggling, and also that causes additional stress for many reasons, and also financial stress. So, speaking of stress, how has your relationship with stress changed since we started working together?
Well, to put it as simple as I can, I know that when I feel stressed or I have a stressful circumstance in my life, which life is stressful. So we all know that you cannot eliminate stress from your life. So I've actually learned that I can practice this, and I don't have to be in my room, in my space, laying on the floor or sitting in the chair, that I actually can practice this anywhere at any time. And I don't have to, make a big scene about it or anything. And it has helped me be able to, throughout the day, just sit here or wherever I'm at and just do the breath work and just do the breathing. And if I'm in a position and not driving down the road, close my eyes. So I don't want to close my eyes if I'm driving. But so it's, I would say it's helped me manage it better.
So somehow maybe make the stress just like a normal part of life, instead of like kind of like fearing it or resisting it. And I remember you also said that you were actually able to do it during driving without closing your eyes, but just making yourself like going
Yeah, because
smoothly through some traffic.
driving here in the United States sometimes can be a little hectic. I don't know about anywhere else because I haven't been anywhere else, but here it can be hectic. People can be very rude, and then I'm also an introvert, so I would rather stay home than I had to go out in traffic. But I can't live my life that way. So yes, it's definitely. I've sat at the red light and
Exhale over.
or yeah, and humming actually works too. So you can add that to your practice.
Yes, humming, great for nervous system regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Recommended for both of us. So the following question is, um,
I think we've answered that one.
yes, exactly. We already We already were talking about this. But yeah, the next one is also interesting one because I remember you were telling me some particular stories about how this was helping you, especially as when you were working with your clients, because you also have demanding situations in your own business and you have to handle or provide space, hold space for your clients.
Yes, a lot of the times whenever I'm working with clients, especially when I'm dealing with paper organizing, and the clients are having to go through stuff that can bring up a lot of memories or cause a lot of stress. They have anxiety and stuff, and I have to remain calm so that I can keep them calm and think through the process. So I've actually had to use this in a couple of sessions since we've stopped working together. And it does help because I can't, calm them down if I'm stressed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, because that will, yeah, it's just like helping you all the way, and also in your business and with your financial situation. So that's that's really great. So anything else that stand out, like any breakthrough moment that you can recall?
Just that I was able to lower my pain. That was my biggest problem,
Mm,
because lowering my pain levels actually allowed me to do a lot more.
mm. Do you feel like,
So, but the other thing is it was probably the best money I've spent in a long time.
mm, thanks for sharing this. And so would you say that now you anchored this belief that you can actually lower your pain levels yourself?
Yes,
Yeah, because that was one of the things as well. You actually came believing in, like knowing that it's possible.
I
But
still had a little doubt.
okay, okay, so you came actually having a doubt,
Yes,
but you saw some
um,
light. You know, you knew that it might be possible, but
yes,
still you were like, and also as you mentioned, there was the skepticism. So this whole process, would you say like it definitely helped you to anchor this belief, and that it just stays with you and it helps you to go through life?
yes. It's yeah, it's becoming part of my life.
Mm. So would you say that after, I would say just 8 sessions, because in terms of like how life-changing this work is just 8 weeks. Um, would you say that this time equipped you for life?
I would say that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. So it's like building a first aid kit that you can always have with yourself, and it just stays with you forever.
Oh, that's a great way to explain it. First aid kit.
Yeah, and you grab whatever tool, like a pill, you grab from, but you from your own first aid kit.
And since you mentioned pills and we were talking about medication, I wanted to let you know that for the last 2 weeks, I have not taken one pain pill.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing this. That's
The
so,
only thing I have taken is Tylenol for a headache. And my migraines are less because the muscles in my neck and shoulders, which was triggering, I found out triggering my migraines. Um, I have not had a full blown migraine in 2 weeks.
that's big. That's so big as well. And I'm so happy for you, Sherry. Um,
I mean, I've been in physical therapy too, so I know that that helps. But even with physical therapy, they've got me exercising basically to warm up the muscles, because then they start stretching the muscles themselves, not me stretching, them stretching and massaging and trying to get all the knots out. And he's told me that I have some very stubborn muscles. And but while he is doing the manipulation, I'm actually focused on my breathing.
And this is what
And so,
changed, right?
yes, and that has changed. And I haven't had a full blown migraine. Now, yes, I still have the little edge pain, like I know it's there, but it's still tender. The
Mm.
muscles are still tender. The nerves have been tender because of being so tense for the last year. And, but it's getting better. And I haven't taken a migraine pill, emergency pill. I do take my daily pill, but the emergency migraine pills I have not taken in 2 weeks.
That's really great. So it only shows that actually you can experience more and more benefits as the time passes. I was
I
not,
agree.
I mean, realistically, I was not expecting to hear to hear this.
I
So,
know. I actually was saving. I was going to tell you the other day, but I was like, no, I think I'm going to save it for the interview.
oh, thank you. Yeah, that's I'm genuinely surprised positively, and again, I'm so proud of you, and also it shows exactly how it's working. So yeah, of course, you are also using help of physiotherapists and massage therapists, but the whole point is that this understanding and this connection with your body through your breath and working with this awareness, you are able to consciously enhance all the results of all the other work.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
which,
I remembered whenever I first went into physical therapy, I remembered you saying that it would benefit when I was in therapy. And I'm like, well, let's give it a shot. So when at the first time was kind of it was painful. So I wasn't 100% into the breathing, but I would say the next visit, I was a little bit better, and the next visit was a little bit better. And each time I was able to relax a little bit more and a little bit more. So I'm not completely there yet, but I'm getting there.
yeah, but exactly, this is the process. So now it's amazing just for you also to remember that it will only get better.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, okay, let me see what we have here. Um, okay, what was particularly challenging for you?
Mm, I don't know. I mean, you did such a great job of explaining things. I'd say the only thing challenging was my own thinking,
Okay.
which changed
Yes.
as the sessions went on. It changed slowly, and I'm very thankful for that.
And as you say, it keeps on changing for the better.
Yeah.
It just like kind of resonates like a ripple effect. So you started, and of course the beginning would be the hardest one because it takes like the biggest effort to start the engine. But once it's running, it's
You
going
have
faster.
momentum.
Excuse me?
You have momentum.
Yes, yeah, the snowball effect, of course. So speaking also of the skepticism that was mentioned already, what would you say to someone that might be skeptical to look for support and also to use this method, especially that it seems from a little different from other type of coaching?
One, keep an open mind and just give it a chance. I'm not one to practice a lot of this type of stuff. Yes, I did the meditation, but it was more just my thinking, not necessarily my body. It was my thinking because my brain wouldn't shut up. So if anybody is skeptical, just give it a shot. What's it going to hurt?
Yeah, ultimately, what you can lose, right? Mm, there is only something to gain, and you can actually win if nothing worked, right? Because that's usually the thing. Uh,
If nothing else, you learn how to breathe better.
yeah, which will help you anyway and make you feel better.
Yeah. You get oxygen, more oxygen going to your brain.
Yeah.
But the other thing is I've been living with chronic pain for 26 years. It's not like something I just got. And every year it gets worse. The older I get, the worse it gets. And now I've, thanks to you, I've taken a little bit more control of it.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's big. Exactly. We have to remember that Sherry's experience is is quite different. And so the goal was maybe just to decrease the pain of any level possible. But ultimately, the results are way greater than we were hoping or what we were expecting. So ultimately, it can it can improve even more within
Well, the
time.
one thing that people have to realize, and this is also with physical therapy, whenever you have a major injury or disability, like I do with my back, it's for life. It's not a one-time fix it. It's something you're going to take with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so the whole point is to learn to work with it or around it.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm, would you have like any word or two or three words, something that you would describe this experience with?
Mm, relief.
Oh, perfect. Okay, relief. I think a lot of people that are listening to us will resonate with it. So the last question: who would you recommend it to? This
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody can benefit from this. I mean, life is stressful. So the ability to relax at the end of the day is key to enjoying your life. And so everybody could benefit from it. But if you've got pain, chronic pain, this is definitely for you.
Mhm. And also, as a coach yourself, how is it important for you and how it is benefiting your life? Also using support of other coach.
Hmm. I would say that it's helped me to not just relieve pain, which we've already established, but to enjoy my life better. I'm able to enjoy going out again and spending time with my husband. I want to spend every minute that I can with him.
Yeah,
And I don't want to sit there and just be in pain and be in la la land. I want to actually enjoy him.
yeah. So ultimately, I think that's another thing that everyone will resonate with. That it's ultimately it's about being able to enjoy life and be able to spend quality time with your loved ones. And I know how
Yeah.
important it is to for you to spend your time with your beloved husband.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So before we wrap up completely, I would love to share for you what are you up to? What is your business about? So Sherry's an amazing coach herself, and she's helping people in, I would say, completely different industry. So please
Mm-hmm.
share with us because the world is listening.
Oh, wow. Okay. I am the owner of Just Fix This Mess Incorporated. That is a professional organizing business. And I am a personal affairs organization coach. And basically, I help people, excuse me, I work with people to help them get their paper, digital, and financial assets organized. And a lot of times it's nothing more than piles and boxes of paper that we're going through. But then I help them gather their important information because it's usually scattered everywhere and compile it together in a simple usable solution in a that matches their lifestyle so they can manage it better, and also so that if somebody needs to, they can step in and help, because life has interruptions, and getting your affairs in order is not 100, not all about end of life planning. It's about your everyday life management.
Okay,
So I help people with that.
that sounds amazing. So one more question. If someone doesn't know at all what you're doing, um, just one sentence or few words, why it matters to take care of your personal affairs now.
Because in the middle of a crisis, your brain is not thinking clear enough to do it then.
Mm, okay, amazing.
And you need to do it ahead of time.
Yeah, and so this is the overlap that also is in my coaching, that exactly when the crisis happens, it's already too late to think about it. You have to
Yes.
have your tools right in place. So that's why coaching is so amazing, and that's why it can transform your life, improve the quality of your life. Thank you, Sherry, so much for being here. Is there anything you would like to add, Sher, for the end?
I just would like to thank you for everything that you do and for being such a good coach
Oh,
and for having me here today.
thank you so much. It's such a pleasure, and it's a pleasure to have you here, and a pleasure to have you as my client. And if you want to connect with Sherry, there will be all informations in the description box below, as well as my freebie and all the information that you will need if you want to get in touch with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I did do have a freebie for your guests too, and it will also be in your show notes.
Yes, please download Sherry's freebie. The link is down there in the description box. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much, and
Thank
see
you.
you next time.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.